Hello and welcome. I'm Jess. I like books. I enjoy reading. So if you've stumbled across my channel or my videos, then I would suggest it's safe to say that you also enjoy reading. Here we like to read fantasy romance, some mystery thrillers, some contemporary romance, but generally the fantasy romance. That's what has my heart 100%. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some of my top favorite fantasy romance books just to kind of dip my toes in the water and let you kind of get to know me and judge me fully based off of which books I picked and put on my list. If you would like to yap about books here, then please stay tuned and hang out with me while I do that. I have been kind of recently in the last couple years thrown back into the reading game. I used to read quite a bit when I was in high school and junior high. I got a Kindle for my 17th birthday. That was a game changer for me. Then realized I had a whole world of books that I could find and read. What got me into reading fantasy romance, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This book absolutely changed the game for me. I was recommended Fourth Wing by one of my good friends who told me, hey, there's this book about a girl named Violet and she rides dragons. Huh? She bonds and rides dragons? And the love interest, Xaden? Tell me more. So I bought this Christmas of 2022 as a gift for myself. This is first person and it does follow Violet. This is just a single point of view following Violet. And I read it and I haven't looked back since, people. This was so good. This follows Violet, who she is going to a war academy, and there are 4 different categories of where you can be enlisted. She figured that she was going to the scribers quadrant, which, you know, would suggest the scribers quadrant, which they kind of write down history and anything important. Her dad was a scribe, but her mom, however, is General Sorngale of the Riders Quadrant and has to cross the parapet, which is basically like in my brain, I'm envisioning it as like a balance beam on top of a roof. And it's raining, it's windy, it's wet out, and people are already trying to sabotage her. And she struggles with a physical ailment, I think is supposed to have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. She's very brittle, she's very weak, but she holds her own and gets some help along the way as she survives in the Basgiath War College. I love this book so much. There are 3 books out right now. I believe in total there should be 5. This one is my favorite though. I love this one so much. Then there is Iron Flame, which I actually don't have on my shelf, and Onyx Storm is the one that just got released in February of this year. So if you haven't read this and you maybe want to kind of dip into the fantasy romance genre, then I would highly recommend it. There is a little bit of spice. I would say on a scale of 5 chili peppers that this is like 2. This has enemies to lovers, this has some trial aspect and found family, politics, world building, all those amazing things about the fantasy romance genre. Check it out if you haven't already. Next up, I have Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I do believe this is a cult favorite. That is safe to say. This is a cult favorite amongst the fantasy romance genre. If you are living under a rock and you have never heard of this follows Selena Sardathian. She is an assassin who gets thrown in a prison that is in a mine, and she's pretty much going to be worked to unalive. And that's pretty much her fate until Crown Prince Dorian comes to have a negotiation with her that she should be the king's champion. She should compete in these games and trials and become the king's champion to be the assassin for the king. This is an 8-book series. This has enemies to lovers. This also is young adult. So there is some world building, but it's not so heavy that it is hard to follow along. So I think this is a perfect starter series if you're new to the fantasy romance genre. This has a lot of politics. This has world building. This has enemies to lovers. This has a badass, strong female main character. This is an incredible series. It broke me in the most superb ways that are offered from books. This is written in a 3rd-person perspective. It does have multiple POVs. I know sometimes that can kind of throw people off, whether it's in 1st person or 3rd person, but it is still an incredible series. Lots and lots of connecting the dots and following certain characters' stories and kind of pausing on other characters, but it is an incredible series, and if you haven't checked it out, you definitely need to. It is a must. Next up is Guild by Raven Kennedy, also known as the Plated Prisoner series. There are some mixed reviews out there. I, however, am one that I really love this. This is a King Midas retelling. It is following Orin. She is gold touched from head to toe, even her hair, and she is a part of the royal saddles for the king as an escort. But she is the king's most prized possession, and as war is kind of brewing in this kingdom, she is pawned off to another kingdom to ensure that King Midas will have an army with the war to come. This first book is pretty dark, so just keep an open mind. I know some people feel like they really have to push through to get to the other books. I didn't. Again, I really enjoyed it, but it is a little bit darker. Such a good character development. This is first person perspective. It is multi POV as well. Some of the point of views you're going to be like, why the hell, why are we doing this? Just get me back to the other point of view. But I promise you it pays off in the end, and oh, I love this. I love this so much. Our MMC, a dirty mouth, but somehow make it poetic. Okay? Yeah. Enemies to lovers, forbidden romance, world building, politics. This is incredible. Badass FMC. Yeah. If you've been wondering, maybe I should try it, you should. 100%. She's kept in a golden cage and secluded from everybody else. Yeah. You need to put this on your list. Okay? You do. I'm telling you. Thank me later. Next up is Riftborn by Bree Greenwich and Parker Lennox. This series has me in an absolute chokehold. Okay, chokehold. This is written in first person perspective and follows our FMC Fia single POV. This book is set 20 years after a rebellion and follows Fia Riftborn. Her parents were involved in the rebellion and they were unalive. She and all the other children who survived are marked with this on their hand to notify everyone that their parents were involved in the rebellion. So they're kind of treated as minority. Fia is incredibly powerful, but she also doesn't know how to control her powers. So when she runs into two nobility girls that she grew up around, she almost ends up unaliving them. But then General Lyric Ashford is creeping around the corner, sees what she's doing, and he decides, she's really strong. I want her on my side. He's either going to turn her into the king so she can be unalive, or she has to join the guard that unalived her parents. This book is enemies to lovers. This is war academy. This is trainer, trainee kind of vibes. This questions her loyalty, and I love it. This is also based off of X-Men, so X-Men kind of powers magic. Yeah, I grew up watching X-Men and I loved it. So it should come to no surprise that I love this. Also, Riftborn ends on a cliffhanger, of course, but Duskbound, I love this one. This is book 2 in the Esprithian trilogy. There'll be 3 books. This book, our main male character in this one, yeah, he can get it, okay? He can get it. Shadowy smoke vibes. These are some of my favorite reads from 2025 so far. I'm absolutely obsessed. This is incredible. If you are looking for something different, read this. People compare it to Fourth Wing, and like I can see the whole rebellion aspect. There was a rebellion in Fourth Wing and the War Academy. But other than that, this is its own in its own complexity, and you gotta try it. It's phenomenal. I love the writing. Yeah. Next up, this is also another read that I discovered in early 2025, and I have not stopped thinking about it since. This is Spark of the Everflame by Pincole. This is the Kindred's Curse saga. Right now there are 3 books out. I think this will be a 4-book series. I'll double check. This is written in first person and has, I think, only a single POV. This follows our human FMC DM Bellator. She is a healer following in her mom's footsteps, Her mom is the royal healer of our realm. There are 9 realms, each of them based off of the certain magic that is in the land. They are living in Lumnos realms. There is Lumnos, realm of light and shadow, Fortos, Phanos, Arbros, Igneos, Umbros, Meros, Sophos, Montios. But this takes place in the realm of light and shadow, Lumnos. The king of Lumnos is not doing well, so her mom is tasked with trying to heal him as much as possible, make him comfortable. All the while, she's running a shop and they kind of are in servitude of the descendants, which are the superior magical beings of this world. But when her mom goes missing, she decides to take it upon herself to try to solve the mystery and see what the fuck, where she went. She overheard a conversation between her mom and the mysterious heir of Lumnos. So she decides she's going to take her place as the royal healer, as well as she's going to join the rebellion with her friend Henry. They're leading in a cause for the mortals to stop being treated so poorly from the descended. And this is slow burn, folks. Let me tell you, slow burn. Tension and the slow burn and the yearning, all of that is so good. Enemies to lovers, incredible world building, incredible court politics, a badass FMC, our MMC Luther. He is simply one of a kind. Those are, like I said, just some of my favorite fantasy romance books. I do have several other ones and also ones that I don't have physical copies of. So if you'd like to see another video like that, let me know. Otherwise, welcome to my YouTube channel. And again, I'm Jess. I like to read, and if you do too, then hang out and stick around a while. If you like to watch book content, reading vlogs, if you want book recommendations, all things book related, then please stay, subscribe, hang out a while, and I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.